What is going on, comic fans? Welcome back to the Legion of Comics. I'm here with another top 10 picks for this coming new comic book day. It's going to be the first Wednesday in September, the 4th, and there's a lot of good stuff coming out, some brand new titles and whatnot. We're going to get into all of that. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let's go. Huge shout out to Big Time Collectibles, as well as Justin's Comics Cleaning and Pressing, and my LCS, ABX Comics and Games. Be sure to check the description below for links to these fantastic comic book resources from online retailers to long distance comic shops, Facebook groups, and cleaning and pressing services. It's all down there. So today we are looking at my top 10 picks for new comic book day, September 4th. And as always, my top 10 picks are based solely off of excitement for reading. I'm a big time reader, and these are the stories that I'm looking most forward to. And we're going to kick it off in no particular order with Batman. Issue number 152. This is our first absolute power book for the week. It's tying in and continuing on from the previous issue where Batman and Catwoman go off on a side quest to investigate and shut down the mother box that they found out Amanda Waller has at her disposal. That has taken them to the farthest reaches of the jungle, where they faced off against her Suicide Squad dream team and went ultimately through a boom tube, landing on none other than Zarnia, the home world of the main man himself, Lobo. The Suicide Squad followed him in there, and it ended on a cliffhanger. But this one, there's supposed to be, of course, some team members that don't make it back, as well as some possible team-ups with the Suicide Squad moving forward. That would be interesting to see what kind of dynamic, if any of them turncoat on Amanda Waller. We're going to find out this week in Batman 152. Next up, I would be remiss not to have this on the list. I'm not at all, it would be the honest way. I'm not at all committed to Marvel's current Ultimate lines. I read the first 6 of Spider-Man. I checked out issue 1 of the Ultimates, but this is supposedly a pretty important issue, and it's got me curious to check this one issue out. This was after the announcement of Robert Downey Jr. returning to the MCU along with the Russo brothers. It's Dr. Doom centric here. And this was all over. I'm trying to remember who first mentioned it. It wasn't a YouTuber. It wasn't an influencer. It was actually somebody legit that said that the Ultimates issue number 4 will have something with the Dr. Doom story that's going to be very influential with what the MCU is planning on doing. So I'm curious because we're all wondering how Robert Downey Jr. is going to fit into this. I know we have variants and multiverses and all of that, but it's still something interesting that I'm probably going to grab this and read this one and see what's what with the and see what's going on with that. This was going to be a tough one to find. I know a lot of people that are specking on the whole MCU thing again, which is great. Excitement for the hobby is good for the hobby. They're probably going to be after this, so there might be hard pickings for ratio variance. So you might want to check with your shop ahead of time just to be on the safe side, because if you live in one of those areas where people just go hard for all that kind of stuff, this one might be hard to find sitting on a shelf. Next up, Absolute Power proper. Here we go. Mark Waid and Dan Moore with this quiet homage to Big Time Collectibles Batman. Batman 120 or 118 back in the day that Miko did. But the actual event is here with issue number 3, and we don't get a lot of details from the synopsis with this one. It pretty much just tells us what happened in the last issue. The fortress was invaded, the heroes were scattered, they're reconvening on Themyscira, on Wonder Woman's home turf. We also saw in the Green Lantern tie-in that Hal has made his way there as well. So Batman and Catwoman are supposed to be catching up with everyone and seeing how things are going to move forward. But personally, it's got me thinking we're halfway through this event now. We haven't gotten much on Queen Brainiac at all. We saw her attack the fortress, but I'm ready to dive into some more story. I want it to unfold. It's been really good so far. The heroes have been off guard the entire time, just having had no chance to catch their breath and get back on their feet. So it's been really good. I can't give it enough flowers, and it's all leading to DC's all-in era. Darkseid's going to have to come into play at some point, at least by the end of this. I'm curious. We got the mother box. We know Darkseid's death is going to spark the absolute universe, and I'm excited to see how all this is happening. Does Amanda Waller have the nerve to attack Apocalypse? That's all I'm waiting to find out now at this point. But it's really good. Check it out. Next up, we have Philip Kennedy Johnson's The Incredible Hulk, issue number 16. This is the second part of a 2-issue story that takes us back in time, giving us some detail on the eldest, who's like the main monster that's been the whole bad guy in the background for this entire run so far. And they're going back and telling us a story about the first Hulk ever. We first were introduced to this Hulk back in Immortal in a one-shot. And I think we're going to see how this Hulk dies, which I'm not very excited to see this Hulk die. It's a great character, bones protruding out of its body and all this and that. And he's coming face to face with the eldest, and the eldest is going to is trying to get the power. It's all about the green door, that almost supernatural ability the Hulk has, that connection to the afterlife, that connects us to the one below all, and it's just really good. They're like, Philip Kennedy Johnson is great about doing deep lore stories and really giving the story time to play out. We're not doing like little 6-issue rollover arcs. No, he plays a long game, and that means the payoffs pay off even better. Be sure to check out this run of the Hulk. If you read the last run from Donny Cates, don't hold that against this one. We're all good now. Next up, another one that I'm not sure if we're all good or not, but Jeff Johns' Justice Society of America has 2 more issues to go. 11 is supposed to be out this week. Now, because I pull these things from a certain source that doesn't always update when things get delayed, I'm not sure if this one is going to be out. It has to come out with 11 and 12 before October. So this should come out, and then 12 the following month, because we're starting a brand new Justice Society run with, who is it? Who's going to be? Jeff Lemire's taking over JSA. During the DC All-In era, the JSA are not fading away. They're coming back strong. They're coming back hard. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. I've been enjoying this. It's kind of gotten to where the delays have really taken the piss out of it. It's got no steam anymore. But it's still a quality book. And in the last issue, the Legion of Superheroes have shown up. They're a little bit at odds with what they want to do versus what the Justice Society is up to. So we might be getting a cool little battle of the heroes in here. And I say heroes subjectively because the current JSA is trying to, I don't know, like rehabilitate some villains from alternate worlds and potentially put them on the team. Didn't work out previously on those worlds. I don't think it'll work out here, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Now, this is one that I was mentioning, pushed back 1 week. It was on my list last week, so it rolled over to this week. Rook Exodus number 5. Our main title character, Rook, loses his warden mask. Our big bad guy, Ursal, has taken control of the command center that empowers all of these warden masks. So all these people that are left on Exodus are about to be powerless. We're going to have to fight for their lives to try to regain access to that. But this has been a phenomenal book. Jeff Johns, Jason Fabak. Anything Ghost Machine should be on everyone's pull list. Everyone's. I just posted the first look preview at Hyde Street. I did the Ashcan video a few days ago. Be sure to go check that out. Don't miss out on that. It's coming fast. Next up, from the Energon universe, we have Scarlet issue number 4. Her quest continues to infiltrate the Ninja Clan and see what her friend Jinx is up to. And while doing so, she discovers a secret that can turn the entire Energon universe on its head. It's going to have to do with Energon. It's going to have to do with a power source for weapons, is my guess. Scarlet hasn't been like my favorite read, but it's definitely serviceable, and it's definitely something that I want to follow because I want to see what's going on in the Energon universe proper here. Transformers Void Rivals, now Scarlet and Destro. Destro has been great. I want these little minis to wrap up because they're all kind of getting us to a point where we can start the Energon G.I. Joe series, and that's supposed to be coming up before this year's over. Maybe November, if I'm not mistaken. I could be. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you know, but I'm ready for that. I want to just be picking up Transformers and G.I. Joe. I don't want to keep doing these little mini series. I don't want to keep doing it. They're good. I just don't want to do it. Pool list is going to be insane before the end of the year. Next up, we have one ending. Tom King's Penguin Maxi Series. Issue 12 is here. Holy potatoes. This has been one hell of a book. I know if you know anybody that's read it, they're giving it high praise, and it deserves every bit of it. There's been the return of Oswald Cobblepot to Gotham against his will, taking back over his criminal empire. Savage, crazy, a new perspective on how this little 4-foot goober knocker can run crime in a city like Gotham, and you know by the end of it, you get it. In this final issue, we have to get to a point where it all started. This series started with Batman and Oswald both seemingly mortally wounded inside the Batboat that's sinking, looking like they're just kind of about to die. So we have to get the story to that point, see how they got there, and see what they're going to do about getting out of there. Either way, I can't wait to see how this all concludes. I can't wait to see how many people possibly pick it up in collected format. I cannot suggest this one enough. Tom King for the win. Next up, a brand new series is starting where one thing ends, another thing starts. We have a Black Label title called Plastic Man No More. And I was very excited about this. Then I saw Christopher Cantwell's writing it. Now I don't know what to think of it. Not the biggest Christopher Cantwell fan. I've wrote out that Iron Man run that he did for far too long, but maybe he'll be better at this one. We'll see. Black Label title as well gives the writer so much more freedom to do stuff with. And in this one, we're supposed to be following our title character here as he realizes he doesn't have long left to live. So he's trying to right a lot of wrongs from his past because he did have a life in crime before he became Plastic Man and got into the superheroing. And he's also trying to connect and figure out some stuff with his kid before it's too late. So we'll see what happens. It's almost like a Human Target scenario. Dude only has so long to live. He's trying to check off some boxes before he checks out. So we'll see how it goes. I like me some Plastic Man, so we'll give it a fair try here. And there's a really cool Mike Allred cover that I put on the thumbnail for this video, I believe. Definitely some cool variants for this one. And last on the list for this week, we have Get Fury issue number 5 from Garth Ennis. This has been pretty wicked so far. Frank Castle was sent in to go eliminate Nick Fury because he's known to have too much information. He's been kidnapped, and it's just been the journey of him doing that. They're in over their heads, and we'll see if they, or not if they, but how they manage to get out. This is a very, very Marvel Max title, meaning this is a mature imprint at Marvel. Bad language, violent, gory, just very intense at times. I don't know how many issues this is going to go for. I don't think this is the final one, so maybe 6. If I just have to guess, Marvel's not, in my modern recollection, not really known for doing maxi series. They're good at doing mini series though, so maybe 6. Maybe. I'll be surprised if this is the last one. I'm not sure though. Again, leave me a comment if you know. But that's going to be it for my top 10. Also, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're looking forward to picking up this week. And be sure to swing by. I do multiple live streams every week, so come by, hang out. Let's talk some of these funny books. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, hit that join button, see if the channel membership is something you're into. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.